Welcome to Buckeye as the Buckeye Union Hawks will take on the Verrado Vipers here today for this beach volleyball matchup on this Wednesday afternoon. I'm Brady Hanson alongside Dylan Kane. Thank you for tuning in to the Varsity Sports Show for this broadcast. Dylan, what can we expect from these two teams today?
Yeah, both teams kind of been struggling as of late. Buckeyes coming off of back-to-back losses, most recently to Willow Canyon in a 2-3 match, which Willow Canyon happens to be these two teams' only common opponent. And Verrado actually beat Willow Canyon 4-1. So on paper, better record for Buckeye, but the common opponent, Verrado, has over Buckeye, so it should be a pretty evenly matched game here today, and looking forward to it.
Well, we will be covering the 1, 3, and 5 groups here in this one as they will be playing on court 2, the one right in front of us here. And this one, we'll be back shortly with the first tip-off action here in Buckeye.
Hi, this is Matthew Singer with Arizona State University and the Varsity Sports Show. I'm here with Buckeye Union High School head coach for beach volleyball, Alexis Mendoza. Coach, you started out 3-0 and lost your last 2 games. How do you get back into the win column?
A lot of it's going to be we are playing more of a region, so it's a little bit closer of competition. In the beginning, the girls were kind of trying to figure out what they were like, their connection, and now that we have the connection, now we're trying to work on placement. So it's kind of where we're struggling a little bit, trying to put our spots.
And what players should we be looking out for tonight?
Caitlin Smith and Brooke Backus, they're our ones. They're a senior and a sophomore, and it's the first time them both playing together at Buckeye, so it's nice to see their growth just in the matter of 5 games.
All right, well, thank you, Coach. This is Matthew Singer with Arizona State University and the Varsity Sports Show. Tune in with us on X and other social media platforms. Hi, I'm Matthew Singer with the Varsity Sports Show and Arizona State University, and I'm here with Verrado High School girls beach volleyball head coach, Coach Bowen. Coach, you're on the heels of a 3-game losing streak. How do you get back in the win column?
I think we just go out competitive, and we have a young group, and knowing that every day we're going to get better and we're going to put up a fight no matter what it is, and just trusting our girls in the process and knowing that we have their back and they trust us.
All right, and what players should we be looking out for tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's a lot. I would look out for all of them. They're all very talented. They can win any game they choose to, and they just got to make the choice. I would say specifically, I'd be looking out for my twos team, Lily and Bella, because they're on fire and they are on a winning streak.
All right, thank you, Coach. This is Matthew Singer with the Varsity Sports Show and Arizona State University. Tune in to our show on X and any other social media platform.
Welcome back to Buckeye. Just seconds away from the first game here. It'll be the number 5 matchup between these two teams on court 2. For the Buckeye Union Hawks, we have Lainey Hall and Caitlin Blackwell. And for the Verrado Vipers, we will have Julia Montez and Destiny Santa Cruz.
Got some young players here in this matchup, 3 sophomores, 1 freshman being Montez for Verrado. Verrado actually has 8 of their 11 players on the roster are sophomores, so a very young team in Verrado. So we're about ready to get underway here.
So Verrado will get the first serve. It'll be Santa Cruz serving for the Vipers. Whistle blows, and we're underway. Set up. Here comes the spike. And unable to handle it there is Montez. First point goes to the Hawks.
Yep, good kill there from Blackwell. She serves now.
Set up. Just sent over. The Hawks will take over. Blackwell sets one up Just a nice tap and great kill there from Laney Hall.
Yeah, good little tip there from Hall. Good to mix up tips with big swings and keeps the other team off balance there.
Served, pass up, and once again just sent over. Blackwell sets up Hall. Hall goes up with it. Another nice easy tap gets the point. 3-0 Hawks.
I mean, if that's gonna work for her all day, then she should just keep going to that for sure. No need to try risking a power shot that gets sent out of bounds.
Serve, and an ace there from Blackwell. All Hawks so far in this one, 4-0 the score.
4-0, we go to 21 here in beach volleyball as opposed to 25 in your traditional volleyball.
Serve up, pass, and again sent over on the second hit by the Vipers. Hall goes up, just gets it off the net, tips over and down in 5-rip.
Buckeye seems to be a lot more in control here. Obviously more fast-paced play in beach volleyball with only 2 players, but
Another ace there from Caitlin Blackwell makes it 6-0, and the Hawks are on a roll.
yeah, they've been in control this whole game. Look to get an answer here from Verrado. Just get a serve.
Pass sent up. One more desperation attempt to get it over the net. It'll find its way out of bounds. 7-0. We'll switch sides here on court 2. Hawks taking an early lead.
7-0. We also have Coach Alexis Mendoza mic'd up. We'll try to tune into her as much as we can.
We'll go to her right now.
And shake it off, okay?
Briefly.
Briefly, yeah.
We'll figure it out the more we go.
We're getting used to this technology here. We'll be hearing from her. She had a lot of good things to say about her team pregame.
Blackwell serve once again. Hit up. And another desperation attempt there from Santa Cruz. Gets it over this time. This one's sent up for Blackwell. She'll send it over just out of bounds. Vipers get their first one on the board.
Yeah, you mentioned the desperation hits there from the side of the Verrado. I think that's kind of what I mean when I talk about the control of this game is Buckeye just always has an upper hand, but back-to-back errors from them.
Back-to-back errors indeed for the Hawks. Vipers cutting into the deficit. 7-2 now as Montez will serve. Goes up.
Man,
Blackwell unable to get a hand on it. Goes out of bounds. 7-3.
maybe this right side for us is just the lucky side here. All 10 points in the game have been scored on this side.
Blackwell receives, sends it up to Hall. Hall going to Blackwell. She's just going to tip it. Goes up for Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz sets up Montez, and she just sends it over. Now Hall just out of bounds there. 7-4 now.
It's now 3 of the last 4 points for Verrado were off errors. Buckeye got to lock it in.
When set immediately over, save, keeping it on their side, and just going to punch it over. Blackwell, Hall, spike won't go right in the line of the net. It falls back on their side.
The thing was up there for a little bit, defying all physics there. But the point goes to Verrado once again, storming back down 7-0 to make it 7-5.
Set goes a little wild, but it goes over the net, and it will be a point for the Hawks. So a little happy accident there gives the Hawks their first point on the left side.
Good effort there from Montez on the dive, but just not enough.
Laney Hall on the serve. Sends it. Montez sets it up for Santa Cruz. She's just going to punch it over. Hall. Blackwell. Back to Hall. Little booch. Gets it to go. Hall's working the little tap very well. 9-5.
Go for another switch here. Every 7 points, they switch sides. And let's get a little listen in with Coach Mendoza here.
Keep pushing, keep pushing.
Keep pushing indeed. Good words of encouragement there, especially when your team's up in the game.
Yep. They get control of serve once again, and you saw how effective that was for them in the first 7 points of the game. But there's an error right there.
Hall unable to get the serve over the net. Give the Vipers their first point on the left side. And now it'll be Destiny Santa Cruz on the serve. Tipped up. Blackwell's just going to have to boot it over. She does so.
Got a ball rolled over from the other court here. I don't. Guessing the ruling here is just a redo.
So we will have a redo here. Santa Cruz with the serve. Set up. Blackwell up to Hall. Hall back to Blackwell. Just a little too far from the net. Couldn't get it over.
Yeah, not a bad swing there. Definitely if that got over, just hits the net, bounce over, that's just landing in no man's land. So good attempt there. Not the result they wanted.
Blackwell to Hall. Just taps it over once again, and this time it went over the head of Julieta Montez.
Yeah, Hall looks to have a lot of finesse in her game. She knows precisely where to put it on that other side where they can't get it. Looks very calculated out there.
Santa Cruz can't get it over the net, and another point will go to the Hawks.
Eleven to 7 now.
Pass sent up and over, and Montez gets it going a little too far to her left. So another point for the Hawks, 12-7, and Blackwell will serve once more. Her serve, Montez sets it up for Santa Cruz. Can't get it, too close to the net, and Santa Cruz can't get it going back.
Just too far there up on the net. You wonder if she was trying to set it or if she was trying to get it over the net there. Either way, just ends up in an unlucky spot there for Verrado.
Montez tried going behind the head with it, out of bounds, and another point here for the Hawks. So we switch sides once more.
Yep, 7-14. They had the same 7-point lead that they started off the game with. So despite a little shaky second little rotation there, they're back in control with a 7-point lead, 7 points away from closing this first set out.
Well, the water timeout, we'll go ahead and listen in to head coach Lexi Mendoza.
Yeah, well, you're locked in. Stay locked in, though. Okay? And like I said, I said no more than 2 points, and you had one. That went 3. Other than that, you guys were like right back in it. Okay? Yeah. So as long as you keep it, remind yourself under 2, you'll stay locked in. You'll be okay. Okay? I think, is it 1? I think she cuts in really short. She comes in and plays really short. So try to hit above her.
Okay. But they switched that though.
Okay.
It was
Well,
Caitlin's.
just make sure that you're reading it. So when you set, if you have time to look over and say something, try to
I'll say it faster
anticipate
because I feel
it.
like I say it, but you're already on top of the ball, so it's like,
Yeah. Oh, well, tried. Okay.
Got there.
Just work hard. Let's go. Finish it.
Good insight there from Mendoza. I liked what you said about reading their defense. Noted how number 1 Montez likes to come in a lot, and she wants her players to put it over her head. So we'll see if they do that in this upcoming sequence here.
Serve sent over. Santa Cruz sends it up for Montez. She can't get it up over the net. And another point for the Hawks.
Good communication there from Verrado. I hear them discussing who should handle the first serve, but just not getting the results they want right now.
Send up. Gets over the net and just sent back. And they're going to volley it once again back. Blackwell. Hall just going to hit it over and gets it to go.
Another great swing there from Hall. Finds a spot in the back of the sand there that no one could touch. Careful not to send it out of bounds as well. Perfect.
Blackwell's serve a little too much for Santa Cruz to handle, and another point for the Hawks, bringing it up to a 10-point lead, 17-7.
Yeah, the angle on that serve is tough to deal with. It looks like off her hand that's hitting the net square in the middle, and it just sneaks over. A little bit too much heat on it to handle.
Santa Cruz hits behind her head. Hall receives. And just going to be bunched over. Some miscommunication there from the Vipers, and another point for the Hawks.
Yeah, you mentioned miscommunication, but even if they did communicate, I don't think anyone could have got to that ball. Just another perfectly placed ball there from the side of Buckeye.
So Blackwell's been money on her serve so far. She stays there as the Hawks keep getting points, and right as I open my mouth, she
Commentator's
sends
jinx
one,
right there.
sends one a little long.
Commentator's jinx.
Vipers get one back. So 18-8. Vipers will serve. Looks like it'll be Julieta Montez on the serve. Hit up,
Serve there.
and Blackwell unable to get it to Hall cleanly. It'll be another point for the Vipers.
I wonder what the theory is on serving here. Obviously, I'm not the biggest expert on volleyball, but just the positioning of where they're putting the balls is interesting to me.
Couple hits a little long for the Vipers, and Hawks get a point back.
There you go.
2 points away from winning this first set. Set up. And a good save there by Blackwell to just send it over and keep it in. Santa Cruz punches it over with an open hand hit. Good save there from Montez. Hall now. Blackwell sends it over. Just long. Vipers gain one back.
That was one of the longest rallies we've had here so far, and I think the difference was Verrado, the job they did defending the back of their side there.
Diving save there from Hall. She'll get it back. Sets up Blackwell, and her hit just misses out of bounds.
Yeah, went for that little punch just to plop it over, but a little bit too far left there. Good dig there earlier by Hall to keep that possession alive for them. And we'll get another switch here.
We'll switch sides. 19-11 the score in this first set between the number 5 matchup with the Hawks and the Vipers. Serving will be Destiny Santa Cruz. Her serve won't get over the net. Score 20-11 now. Hawks with the chance to put away this first set. And it will be Blackwell on the serve.
Set point here.
Set up. Sent back immediately. Hall to Blackwell. Back to Hall. She'll get it up over. Vipers point.
Bit too strong there, maybe even missed right a little bit. This first set should still be in favor of Buckeye, though.
Hall sets Blackwell. Just going to close fist punch it over. Blackwell sets up Hall. Gets it on the line. And the first set will go to the Hawks.
Yeah, the Hawks there, very good job of not being predictable and kind of switching up their rhythm of, you know, just not having the same person set up the spike over and over again. They took advantage of getting all their touches in and, you know, switching it up really kept Verrado on her toes there.
We'll tune in with Lexi Mendoza, the head coach of this Hawks team. Coach, good first set. What went well with your players there?
They worked together. They played smart, and they were pretty quick on the transitions.
Saw a very dominant lead to start that 7-0, and then it kind of propelled them there after that rough kind of first switch. Has there kind of been a difference between the sides that you've noticed?
Sometimes in the switch, it kind of like changes the momentum of the game. So at any point, that's when a game can switch to the other side.
What are they going to need to keep up in order to win and take this match?
I would say they need to stay locked in, play spots, and then kind of pick the team apart so that that way they don't come together and win.
Thank you, Coach, and good luck with the rest of the game.
Thank you.
So 1-0 Hawks lead on sets. Looking to take this second from the Vipers. So we have a timeout here. We'll go ahead and step aside for a short break. We'll be back for the second set.
Sports isn't just about highlights. It's about the grind, the passion, and the journey behind every play. I'm Chrissy Harrison, a junior at Texas Southern University, and I don't just watch sports. I bring their stories to life. From rising athletes to seasoned pros, I'm there asking the real questions, capturing the raw moments, and sharing the journey with you, on the field and behind the scenes. I bring excitement to Varsity Sports Show. This is just the beginning. Stay locked in. We're just getting started.
Welcome back in. Brady Hanson alongside Dylan Kane here for set number 2 between the number 5 matchups of the Buckeye Hawks and the Verrado Vipers. Hawks took set 1, I should say, in this match.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing I'm looking for here is, the biggest difference with beach volleyball is, you have no substitutions. It's just 2 players at a time, as first point there goes to Buckeye. So, especially in the hot sun like this in Arizona, endurance is a big thing. We'll see if that plays a factor here going forward,
Unable to handle it on the dig. There's Montez in a quick 2-0 lead for the Hawks.
Yep, looks like they're starting off the same way they started last set, just strong serves. That one.
Ace lands there
Yep.
for Blackwell, and a quick 3-0 lead now for the Hawks.
You heard Montez yell right there, out, but
Right on the
just
line.
snuck in right on the line. I thought it was out too. No blame to her. I feel her.
Blackwell up to Hall. Just going to send it over. Weak little tap there by Hall. And a diving Santa Cruz can't handle it.
That looks like she swung a lot harder than that ball actually went. That's pretty impressive stuff there. I don't know how you're supposed to defend that.
Montez just going to send it over. Hall, good save. Blackwell just punches it over with Hall out of position. Montez sends it up and over. She'll field it.
Might have been out there, but we go on.
Hall gets the kill.
Wow. Again, just right on the line. Tough to deal with. Might have been a mistake earlier in that possession for Verrado, not letting one go out, but here we go.
Sent up. Hall to Blackwell. Blackwell to Hall. Hall kind of was on her back feet there, couldn't get it over the net, and spikes it right in to the net.
First point there for Verrado this set. Looks like Hall was trying to do the same thing she did a few points ago. This time just a little bit too low.
Ball goes a little long. Hall just has to save it. Blackwell behind her head.
Wow.
Blackwell passes to Hall. Hall sets. Blackwell can't get it over the top of the net, and another point for the Vipers.
An error there for Blackwell, but she's so good at hitting those backwards shots perfectly on the back line of the court there. That was pretty impressive.
So we'll switch sides here. 5-2, the score in favor of the Hawks in this set. They lead 1-0. Blackwell sets it for Hall. Hall just going to hit it over. Goes right back to Hall. She'll set up Blackwell. And Santa Cruz Fields tries sending it deep. Hall, good save. Blackwell sets Hall, punches it over. Just going to be sent right back to them once more. Blackwell sets up Hall. Hall goes for the spike. Just punches it over. Hall, Blackwell, some miscommunication. Blackwell sends it over. And a good save. Miscommunication from the Vipers end results in a Hawks point.
Good rally there. You saw the anticipation there from Hall all rally long. She just knew where the ball was going before it even was hit. And that was the factor that contributed to them scoring that point right there. And now she serves.
Hall will be on the serve. Southpaw sends it over. Good hard serve. Fielded well by Santa Cruz. Now Hall goes for the spike and just taps it again. Gets the point. 7-2 for the Hawks.
Yeah, Hall just too crafty there with her tips and good at reading the opposing defense.
Good hard serve and an ace there from Laney Hall.
Certainly the velocity on that serve would make you think that it's going out, but kept it low enough to hit that back line.
Serve immediately sent back. Blackwell to Hall. Hall to Blackwell is just going to close fist punch it over and out of bounds on the return. 9-2 in favor of the Hawks. Hall. Good hard serve yet again. Blackwell. Miscommunication between her and Hall. It'll fall on their side and it will result in a Vipers point.
Yeah, I think Hall thought Blackwell was sending that one over, but she was actually setting it for her. And a bit of an error there, but they have a big lead.
Blackwell able to save it, get it over, and a miss hit there by Julieta Montez will result in another point for the Hawks.
Last point here before they switch sides again.
Montez unable to get it over and in. It'll find its way out of bounds. 11-3 as we switch sides in favor of the Hawks. Blackwell on the serve. Gets it right over, just falls right in front of a diving Santa Cruz for an ace.
Been a lot of aces here for Buckeye. And they've been switching it up in how they're doing it. Some hitting right in front of the net, others like that one right there, back line. Just hard to predict what they're doing, and certainly we're going to get a timeout here for Verrado as they try to figure that out themselves.
With the timeout, we'll go ahead and listen in to head coach Lexi Mendoza.
Is he watching it?
Yeah, he's watching. He said
What's
Verrado's
the
trying.
UV?
He said Verrado's trying to tire them out. They need to keep hitting it back in one. Do the same back to them. Like they're hitting it back to you in one. So what you need. I know, but so when they do hit it back to you in one, hit it up, and then instead of do three, because they're waiting for your third, try to use option. So use option. If you can use three and you want to use three and it looks pretty, use it. But if you have the opportunity to use option or be right on the net and hit it right back, go ahead and do that too. Okay? Keep playing smart. Keep working hard. Now, based on your lead, is when you start trying.
Is that your cousin?
Yeah, is when you start trying crazy things.
Good advice there from head coach Lexi Mendoza as the Hawks hold a 10-point lead, trying to escape with 8 more points here and secure the win.
Yeah, interesting stuff there from Mendoza. She suggested try to go 1 or 2 touches as opposed to 3. Try to make Verrado work more.
That's up Hall. Blackwell sends it over. Pass immediately sent back over and tapped again there by Hall, and a diving Montez can't make the play.
Yep.
Hawks.
Another kill there from Hall. Safe to assume she's leading this match in kills so far.
Good serve met by Santa Cruz. Montez sends it immediately over. Now Blackwell will send it over. And the Vipers unable to do anything there. That ball went into the other court and hit one of the Verrado players.
In the middle of the serve too. You hope they're getting a redo over there. That would have been Double damage there.
And another Hawks point is Verrado unable to get it over the net. 16-3. This
Yeah.
Hawks 5 group looking very dominant so
Yeah.
far in this one.
You can tell they're in their groove now.
Freshman sends it over. Well, back to her. Goes for the kill, can't get it. Good dig there by Montez. He sent up the Hall. Hall will go up with it. Montez again. Santa Cruz sends it over. Hall, Blackwell, back to Hall. Goes just a little far with it, and it'll be 16-4.
Good rally. Both teams working hard there. Towards the end, you just kind of get a sense of a bit of a rushed opportunity there to send one over, but that's what Coach Mendoza advised. Try to sneak one in there. Just went out barely that time.
Unable to get it on the dive is Hall. And we will have a side switch here with a 16-5 score in favor of Buckeye.
Back-to-back points there for Verrado. Still a big lead to overcome, but certainly looking better.
So the Hawks up 11 right now. 5 points away from putting this match to bed. Blackwell and Hall been doing a great job so far in this one. 2 sophomores working well together.
Yeah, definitely complement each other's games very well. You see Blackwell very good at setting, really good at those underhanded bumps, whereas Laney Hall is just good at those tips, good at those overhand spikes over the net. So definitely got options there in the ways they like to score points, and it's been working out for them quite well in this matchup against Verrado.
So whistles have been blown, and the 2 teams will rejoin the court.
We'll have Destiny Santa Cruz here with the serve coming up.
Santa Cruz's serve. Sent to Blackwell. Hall just gets it over the net. Back to Hall. Blackwell gets it over. Immediately sent back. Hall. Blackwell. Spikes a little too high. It goes long.
You can see every time Hall gets up there, right after she hits it, she immediately retreats back looking for a...
Blackwell tips the net. Immediately sent back. Good dig there by Santa Cruz. Blackwell punches it over. Again, just sent back. Hall. Blackwell. Hall spikes, and it's in. Good kill.
That time worked out there. Last time a bit too far, recalibrated. Puts it perfectly on the back line there. 4 points away here from the match.
Hall. Good serve. Unable to handle it is Santa Cruz, and an ace for the Hawks once again.
Yet another one of those serves that looks like it's hitting net off her hand, but just sneaks over. Impossible to handle.
Another ace. 2 in a row for Laney Hall.
Heating up here. She wants to close out the match herself. 2 points away.
Hall with the serve. Make that 3 aces in a row.
Let's get 4. Why not?
Match point right here. Skies it in the air. Sent over. Hall. Blackwell. Unable to get it on the kill. Goes a little long.
Try to get a little creative there with that last serve. Maybe going for some style points. Didn't work out.
Having some fun.
Yeah.
Montez with the serve. Goes up Hall to Blackwell. Hall punches it over. Just short, and the Hawks will take set number 2 And match number 1 between their 5 opponents.
Great job there, Laney Hall certainly shined the brightest in that little matchup. And at least on our side of the game we're watching in front of us, that'll put Buckeye up 1-0 on the scorecard here in this overall matchup between Buckeye and Verrado.
So coming up next for us will be the number 3 matchups with the Hawks trotting out Katie Lopez and Taya Lewis, and the Vipers trying out Ania Brown and Brianna Baldenegro.
Should be a good one up here. We got our first juniors, our first upperclassmen of the day. We have a junior for Buckeye, Taya Lewis, and a junior for Verrado and Brianna Baldenegro. Other than that, more sophomores. As I believe we'll have a little break in the action before we get this next matchup started.
We'll go ahead and talk to head coach Lexi Mendoza.
We could just use the mic you have now.
Oh, I have a mic on.
Yeah. All right, sit down.
Oh, you want me to sit down?
Yeah. Go ahead, sit down here. So you guys won the first matchup there between the 5s pretty handedly. Saw at the end there, Hall tried to get a little creative with her final serve. What was that about?
So that serve is called a sky ball, and the point of that serve is to get it really high. Most of the time you lose it in the sky, and then it ends up being an automatic point. They don't technically practice those often, so it was kind of cool to see her execute it very well.
What did you like to see from your 2 players there in that matchup?
I told them toward the end, when it was like 3-13, to try something new, try different spots, work on hitting different angles, picking apart like different spots that they haven't hit all season, and they started executing it there, but then started getting scared. So rewinded back to what they're used to.
And last question for now, I gotta ask you, what's with the long sleeves? You gotta be burning up.
I absolutely don't like to get sunburned, so the long sleeves keep me cooler, surprisingly, because it's a windbreaker, so it's super light.
Nice. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you. Oh, I need that. That's mine. Oh, that's mine.
Thanks, Coach Mendoza there. Good insights. The windbreaker. Didn't know that would keep you cooler. That must be a Arizona local little trick they know about. 'Cause I don't know about you, but I haven't heard about that one in California.
No, I just know it keeps the sun off you, but
Yeah.
you gotta be sweating in that because I'm sweating
Yeah,
right
I'm
now,
sweating
just
right
sitting
now.
here.
It's a hot day. My phone says 91 degrees here. Breaking records out here in late March in Buckeye here at Sundance Park, as referees are in discussions with our players in the next matchup coming up.
We'll go ahead and step aside for a bit while we await this next matchup here on Varsity Sports Show.
The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe, with an experience so good it remains indescribable, with something for every seafood lover. Try one of their amazing custom seafood boils, sandwiches, appetizers, and salads. Angry Crab Shack Tempe is located east of I-10 on Warner Road, 480-674-3847. The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe. Come ready to eat. In 2019, the JV Sports Show podcast began with the idea of spotlighting young people in our community. In time, that podcast evolved into radio, television, and live stream, and through that evolution, new ideas have enhanced delivery, giving a stage to students both in front of and behind the microphone in Arizona and beyond. Thank you for supporting the Varsity Sports Show, now the Varsity Media Foundation, a 501c3 educational organization. Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
Sports isn't just about highlights. It's about the grind, the passion, and the journey behind every play. I'm Chrissy Harrison, a junior at Texas Southern University, and I don't just watch sports. I bring their stories to life. From rising athletes to seasoned pros, I'm there asking the real questions, capturing the raw moments, and sharing the journey with you, on the field and behind the scenes. I bring excitement to Varsity Sports Show. This is just the beginning. Stay locked in. We're just getting started.
Welcome back in to Buckeye here as we have the Buckeye Union Hawks taking on the Verrado Vipers. And we'll have the threes match up here on court 2 right in front of us. As for Buckeye, we will have Katie Lopez and Taya Lewis. And for the Vipers, we'll have Brianna Baldonegro and Anaya Brown.
Just watching them warm up a little. Like last matchup, it seemed like the Buckeyes seemed very, very powerful with their serves and just getting the right angles over the nets. And we'll see if they could repeat the same performance Blackwell and Hall did in our first matchup here.
So we'll go ahead and listen in to head coach Lexi Mendoza with her pregame talk for players.
But if she starts pounding it, then we'll start. But we're going to see how she goes first.
Okay. All right. Hey, work hard, lock in. Let's go. I have your water.
Always has the water. Sign of a good coach there. Coach and water boy, water girl, whatever you want to say.
Yeah, and you could hear Taya Lewis talking there, saying that they've already got a game plan going into this just based off what they saw in that practice.
Yeah, I mean, so much of it is just reading where they like to set up, where they hit the ball mainly, and there we go. Start off 0-0, clean state.
Ball will go up, and Lewis with a fist punch over will get the Hawks the first point of this set.
Lewis is probably the tallest player we've seen so far, certainly the tallest player in this matchup, and she just got above everyone and ball that probably a lot of players can't get to.
Brown, Baldonegro just gets it over the net, and Lewis pokes it back over to them. Brown, nice hard hit. Lewis running after it and getting it over. There is Lopez. Brown goes up. Lopez to Lewis. Another fist punch.
That fist punch.
Baldonegro sends it a little long.
That fist punch is effective, and it looks cool as well. Just Superman punching it. Looks so cool.
Lewis, third serve of the set. Miscommunication, and she'll go back for a fourth as the Hawks lead 3-0. Sent over. Up. Brown to Lewis. Hit a bit of a dead spot on her body there. And
yeah, missed the hands there. Happens.
so the Vipers will pick up their first point in this matchup. Lewis to Lopez. Lewis with another punch.
One.
And a save there by Baldonegro.
Wow, it's still going.
And she gets it over. What a save by the Vipers. Another punch. Miscommunication.
She loves that punch. Impressive return there from Verrado to stick with that. I thought that was a point for sure. Brown there almost ran onto the other court.
So now it'll be Lopez with the serve. Good dig there by Baldonegro. Tips it off the net and gets the point.
I almost got involved there. Might have to make a kick save.
So 4-2 score in favor of the Hawks in this first set between the threes. Lewis to Lopez. Lewis behind her head gets it over. Brown with the spike and in. What a kill.
Yeah, big kill there from Brown. Wondering when you were going to see some power from Verrado, and we just saw it brought right there from Brown. Perfectly placed as well.
Baldonegro can't get the serve over the net. We'll have a 5-3 score in favor of the Hawks.
I think we might have switched scores a point or two too late there. Or switch sides, I mean.
Lewis sends it over. Baldonegro gets it just over, immediately sent back by the Hawks. Brown just hits it over. Lewis to Lopez. Lewis with the spike and a block there by Brown.
The excitement, the energy after that block there by Brown. That was impressive. First block we've seen today. She got up there. Coming back here for Verrado.
Brown's first ball tapped away by Lewis and sent over by Lopez. Lewis to Lopez. Lewis, that knuckle punch again. And can't recover are the Vipers.
It's a cheat code. Can't stop the punch.
The 2-knuckle punch there for Lewis has been working for her all set.
Has it not worked yet?
Good dig, good save. And Baldonegro sends it over.
Wow. Brown
Another save by Brown.
All over the place there.
But unable to keep it in. It'll be 8-4 for the Hawks. Lopez on the serve. Baldonegro receives. That one's punched over by Brown, and she gets it to fall for the point.
Can't beat it, join it with the punch there. 100% success rate.
So now Baldonegro will be serving. We have a pause right here real quick.
Referee looks, maybe he's getting the score sorted out here. He's ready to go.
Sent over. Lopez. Poked. Up. And Baldonegro gets it over. Sent immediately back. There from Lewis. Lewis
Good rally.
to Lopez. Back to Lewis. Good dig. Baldonegro just goes over. Hit all the way back. Lewis tracking back to save it. Lopez hits it just out. It's 8-6
Good composure
in favor of the
there.
Hawks.
Good composure there by Verrado. Baldonegro actually tripped earlier, but she stayed with it. And about 20 seconds later, the ball went square on the net. Now we're going to get a side switch again.
So 8-6, Hawks lead. As we get a side switch, we'll tune in to head coach Alexi Mendoza.
Katie, give me your water.
Because we're just a bit late there.
Lock in for the water. 8-6. Closely contested set one here in our threes matchup.
Weak serve won't make it there from Baldonegro. And the Hawks will gain a point. 9-6 in their favor. Lewis getting ready to serve. He's going to send it across. Brown. Baldonegro couldn't get it to go. And another point for the Hawks.
See, that time she went with the open hand slap there. You got to go with the knuckle fist. That'll surely get the ball over the net.
Brown. Baldonegro. Off her back foot. Miscommunication between the Hawks. The punch over the net. Brown's just going to send it to Baldonegro. Save there from Lopez. Lopez to Lewis. A little far out of her reach. And the Vipers will take a point on the miscue.
Yeah. Like you said, miscommunication at the start on the serve. Both of them went for it. Ended up having them on the back foot for the rest of that point there.
Serve hits the top of the net. Lewis spikes it over and long.
Bit too strong there.
Vipers get another point back. 10-8 the score. Brown serve. Whistle blown. Serve from Brown runs high and long. And the Hawks get another one, bring the lead back up to 3. Lopez's serve. Brown, Baldonegro, back to Brown. Little tap, ready for it. Where are the Hawks? Lopez gets it right over the head of Brown. And a great point there for the Hawks.
Good swing there by Lopez. Puts it over everyone's head, right on that back line where no one could get it.
Lopez serves. Brown receives, sends it over. Lewis, another knuckle punch. And a tip there from Baldonegro over the head of Brown. Gets another point and another switch.
That was interesting. I don't know if our mics caught it, but Lopez was telling Lewis that their players were close. She was reading the defense for her so that she could just focus on where to place that ball. That was good teamwork, good communication there from Buckeye.
8-13 the score. We'll tune in to head coach Lexi Mendoza.
And we're facing that side.
Yeah.
At that, when you call blue, it's going to be your right side. When you call yellow, it's going to be your left side, and vice versa, depending on what side you're staring at. Okay? So, but call it early, hit them early. Okay? Hey, when she goes up to block, you need to say you have a block or block. One up, something, anything, I don't care what you say, but then that's when you either need to hit super duper cross and short because she's hanging deep, or hit high line. And that's where you kind of gotta, you say one up and then make that decision on where you think's the best opportunity to go.
Yeah.
I would say if there's one up, she's obviously going to cover over this way, so then just go high line.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, and then once she starts picking up on it and she starts creeping over, then that's when you move over. But that's where you guys have to start reading the game quicker on those tactical plays.
Yeah.
Okay? All right, let's go. Stay locked in.
Good stuff there from Mendoza, kind of explaining what I heard on that last point there before we switched sides. Just reading the defense, saying one up or hitting that cross short because of how back Verrado's playing.
So it will be the Hawks serve. It'll be Lopez on the serve. And the serve from Katie Lopez, met by Brown. Back to her. Nia Brown sends it over. Now Lewis. Another poke. Lewis tried sending it over. Miscommunication. Ball lands out of bounds. And 13-9 the score in favor of the Hawks.
Good defense there from Verrado to counter the almighty fist punch from Lewis.
Serve there from Baldonegro. Lewis. Lopez. Couldn't get over Brown. Brown goes up with the spike. And a hard kill.
Great timing on that, just to get at the perfect angle and speed there. Very athletic play there from Brown.
Baldonegro's serve. Out of bounds. Wide left. And the Hawks will gain another.
Good attempt there. Close to hitting the line. Just missed the ace by inches.
Serve there from Lewis. Baldonegro gets it over, and unable to save it is Lopez. So the Vipers able to bring this back to a 3-point game.
Excellent placement there by Baldonegro to put it perfectly on that close left corner right by the net. Tough to do anything with that, even if you were there to return that.
Brown to Lopez. Lopez just sends it over. Brown sets Baldonegro. Goes a little too far over the net. Hawks just going to send it back. Baldonegro is going to dump it over. Save there. And out of bounds.
Yeah, you mentioned try to set, ended up going over the net. I think that actually worked out for them because Buckeye was certainly prepared for a big swing, but ends up coming a lot closer. kind of takes them off position.
Serve there from Brown goes out of bounds. So 15-12 will be the score in favor of the Hawks. It'll be Lopez on the serve. Goes to Brown. Sets up Baldenegro, who's just going to poke it over. Lopez to Lewis. Lewis sends it over. Brown sends it back. Lopez. Lewis with the poke. Brown sends it over. Lopez sends it back. Baldenegro to Brown. Baldenegro. Little open hand poke. Lewis now with the spike. Good save there by Baldenegro. Goes up with it again. And a nice hit off the inside of her palm. Gets it spinning awkwardly towards the left. Gets the point.
I think that was the best rally we've seen all day. Both good efforts from both teams, staying with tough balls being placed. And Baldenegro ultimately comes through with the point, like you said, on a crafty little shot.
2-point game here, as this has been one of the closest matchups we've seen so far today.
Got a ball interrupting our intense matchup here.
Baldenegro's serve met by Lewis to Lopez. Lewis pokes it again, right to Brown. Baldenegro, Brown spikes, and another good kill from Anaya Brown.
Yeah, Brown just unstoppable when she's able to get that jump. That one was right at Lewis, but just too fast for her.
Lewis pokes again. Moving back quickly, and a save there from Lopez.
Great dig there from Lopez, just dives to save that ball. Had a lot of heat on it, so she didn't have to do much. Gravity does the rest of the work for her and pays off with a point here for Buckeye.
Serve there from Lewis. Baldenegro to Brown. Baldenegro just sends it. Lewis. Short. And the Vipers recover. Lewis with the punch. And she gets it in the left corner.
She had a lot of options there. She could have did what she just did with a soft finesse over the head of Baldenegro. She could have spiked that as hard as she could as well. Either way would have worked.
Short serve there. Vipers meet it and can't get it over the net. And a 4-point lead here for the Hawks.
Time to call a timeout. Baldenegro seemed to be in between setting it or getting it over there. Ended up being there for no one.
So we'll tune in head coach Lexi Mendoza.
You go up. That last one was so beautiful. Remember how I told you they were all sunken over and then you hit that corner? Perfect. Did you call anything for her to hit that, or did she just see it and hit it? You just saw him hit it?
I saw because she's back and I was going to hit it. But like I saw her moving forward.
Okay.
So I just hit it behind her.
And don't forget about your cross.
Dude,
that one, that was so perfect. I was like, and then you were like, meh, and I was like, meh. Yeah, okay? Don't forget about that, okay? Don't forget about your crosses.
The thing I talked about with Stasia, what Stasia was hitting, hit that same spot.
Okay, all right, let's go.
Once again, Mendoza talking about the crosses. We'll see if they implement any of that here. So we got a close one here in the first set of our matchup between the threes.
Lewis sends that one up. A good spike there from Brown. Good save by Lewis, and she gets the kill.
There you go. Finally, Lewis is able to stop that swing from Brown, and I think might have surprised them that they had to keep playing after that one.
Brown. Baldenegro sends it over. Lopez right back to Baldenegro. Brown. Baldenegro sends it over, and miscommunication between the team as it falls into the left-hand corner.
Yeah, another good swing there from Baldenegro. Still trailing though.
Nia Brown on the serve. Lewis was a little long and hit under the net by Baldonegro. Now the Hawks 1 point away from winning this one.
Referee with the jokes. He said we don't play to 23 yet as they fix the scoreboard off to the side here.
Baldonegro to Brown. Baldonegro. Lewis sends it over deep. Good save by the Vipers.
Impressive.
Lopez with the punch. And unable to save it is Baldonegro. First set goes to the Hawks.
Yeah, close set. I mean, 15 to 21. Closest set we've had so far, but it felt even closer than that. Both these players on each side are, I would say, evenly matched, and I think this matchup is far from over as we go into our second set.
Well, we'll bring in head coach Lexi Mendoza for the post-set talk. Coach, very more competitive set there than we saw in the first matchup. What kind of went into the players' defense and ability to work against that tough competition?
I know when they were warming up, they were slightly afraid of number 4. They didn't think that they would be able to defend properly. Luckily, they were able to play 3 a little bit, or 2 a little bit more. So playing her instead of feeding the ball to 4 helped them out a lot.
We saw Lewis make that great block or reception from the spike from number 4, Anaya Brown. And what kind of went into that? Because I saw you guys talking right before that point occurred.
I just told them to sit back on her hits. Don't come too close up, because I noticed in, I think it was like the middle of that set, when they were on the other side, they were so far up when that ball hit and it was like a rocket down. There was no movement, so I needed them to stay back a little bit more, sit back on it, wait for it, and then move.
So what's going to be their key to success in winning this next set and the match?
Staying competitive, staying up. Sometimes when we lose 2 or 3 rallies, we get in our heads and then we start falling down. So I told them no more than 2. Once you're at 2, 3, you got to cut it off. So hopefully they stay under 2.
Thank you, Coach, and good luck with the rest of the match.
Thank you.
So the players about ready to go here for the second set of the threes matchup. What have been your takeaways so far?
I just say obviously I've been talking about this whole time, that little knuckle punch there from Lewis is impressive, and I've been liking what I've seen from Anaya Brown, sophomore on Verrado, number 4. She's been doing a fantastic job of, swinging hard at the net. I'd like to see her implement a few tips here and there, just because of how prepared it seems like not Verrado, Buckeye's been getting in defending that spike. So I think she could really throw Buckeye off guard if she just throws in a little baby tip in every once in a while.
Well, Anaya Brown, only a sophomore, so a lot of room for her to grow.
Yeah. Lots of sophomores, like I said earlier on Verrado, 8 of them. So this season and the next 2, they should build a lot of chemistry together. And we'll see in 2 years when they're all seniors how good this team is going to be. I got to say, whoever decided on uniforms today isn't helping anyone out in this heat. Black on the side of Buckeye, this dark gray for Verrado, and then our own Varsity Sports show where is black as well. We're burning up in this heat. Here we go.
Brown, while Negro's going to send it over. Lewis spikes and gets the first point of the second set for the Hawks.
Yep, another ball just perfectly placed. One that you can't do anything about if you're Verrado.
Lewis serves. Brown, up with it. Brown spikes, and unable to handle it is Lopez, just out of her reach.
Yep, that's what I've been talking about. Has been impressing me. That powerful spike definitely has the most velocity we've seen here today of any player.
So Baldonegro will be serving for the Vipers. her first serve. Sent up. Lewis pokes. Good dig by Baldonegro. She'll send it over. Lopez. Lewis. Lopez. Poke out of the reach of both Vipers players. And the Hawks regain the lead.
I like that there from Buckeye, switching it up. Usually Lewis is the one trying to attempt the kills. That time, handed it off to Lewis, or not Lewis, Lopez on the punch there. Unexpected.
Baldonegro goes up with it. Lopez tips it up. Lewis gets it to the net. And Lopez just going to send it over. Brown spikes right perfectly in the corner. 2 even.
Yeah, you saw Lewis go up for the block there, but Brown just hits it to the left of her, prepared for that to come.
Brown serve. Lopez. Lewis tips over. Brown, who was attempting the block. Brown with a little flick over the net against the unsuspecting Hawks, and the Vipers have their first lead on court number 2.
Yeah, just making it look too easy there.
Brown sends it over. Lopez to Lewis. Back to Lopez. Sends it up. Brown hit deep by Baldonegro. Lopez going to send it over, and a good save by the Hawks. Sent back by Lopez. Brown. Baldonegro, who's going to send it over. Sent back by Lewis. Brown. Baldonegro. Back to Brown. Spikes.
Too easy.
And another point for the Vipers.
Great rally there. Great communication. At least we could hear Verrado much more clear now on this side. Good communication between both players, saying who should set, who should bump. Good stuff there.
Last rally before we switch sides. Lewis sends it over, met by Brown. Brown. Close fist punch, and immediately sent back by Lewis. Hawks find themselves down 1 at the first switch, 4-3 in favor of the Vipers. Hawks looking to make some adjustments here.
Because that gives you more court to then go for. Wait, what? Wait, stay on the court and give me your water. If she's gonna go up for the block, then that means you need to go more angle so you have more option of the court. Switch it up on the this and this.
Some more advice there from head coach Lexi Mendoza's. The Hawks find themselves down for the first time on court number 2. As Lewis sends that one. Brown immediately back to Lewis. Lopez diving, sends it over, hits the pole, and it will be a point for the Vipers.
Yeah, tough break there for Buckeye. So they now go down by 2 points. See if they can stay composed here, bring it back, and this set is big serve there and a point for Baldonegro.
6-3, largest lead the Vipers have had today. Baldonegro serve, sent a little high. Lewis keeps it in, and Lopez sends it over. Baldonegro to Brown. Lewis unable to save. Now 7-3 Vipers.
Lopez called out there on the serve, but returned anyways. You wonder if that was out or not, if it kind of took away their composure there in the middle of that point.
Lewis sends it over. Lopez. Lewis. Lopez sends it up. Just be tipped up. Now Brown. Spikes, and another kill for Anaya Brown.
Yeah. She's just been taken over here in this second set. They want to even up this set and take it to a deciding third one.
Very wide serve there from Baldonegro will give the Hawks the ball. 8-4 the score. Lopez sends it over. Baldonegro. Brown. Lopez to Lewis. Baldonegro unable to get it over. Hawks get another point.
See how Buckeye handles this bit of adversity here, down by 5. Now
Baldonegro.
3.
Lewis. Lopez sends it over. Brown. Baldonegro. Brown. Unable to get it. And a good corner poke there by Lewis. Sneaks it perfectly into that back left corner.
Nice kill there, but even better setup from Lopez there. Just slid deep in the sand, hit it backwards somehow. It was impressive.
So a good job by the Hawks to rally late there, bring it back within 2 as they find themselves down 8-6.
Switch sides once again, and competitive matchup here in the threes.
So the Vipers lead 8-6. As we get ready to go. It will be a serve for the Hawks. It'll be Lopez taking the serve. Katie Lopez sends it over. Negro will just punch it back over. Lewis, set. And a nice tip there by Lopez. Just gets it right over the net for the point.
And that's that cross that Coach Mendoza was talking about too. Not only just hitting it softly to the other side, but to the complete opposite end.
Negro flicks it over. Lewis just going to hit it over. Brown. Spike there and a save there from Lopez. Lopez a little wide on that one. And it'll be another point. 9-7 now for the Vipers. Brown sends it over. Immediately back to them. Negro.
Deep one.
Set for Brown. Spike off the front of the net. And just drops right in front of the Hawks.
Yeah, I mentioned I wanted Brown to throw in some tips here and there, but that time the net did it for her, just completely killed the momentum of that ball and landed softly right in front.
Lopez sends it over. Brown. Negro punches it over. Lopez sends it deep. Negro sets Brown. She'll slap it over. Lewis to Lopez. Behind her head. Hits it over. Brown. Hits it high and long. And it will be a Hawks point.
Buckeye caught a break there. That was a beautiful little shot there, but luckily it went out for them.
Lewis with the serve. To Brown. Hits it up. Negro hits it. Unable to field it cleanly is Lewis. It will be 11-8 in favor of the Vipers. Negro with a hard serve there to Lopez. And Lewis gets the point.
Yeah. That was, again, another thing Mendoza said in between sets. When Brown comes up to block, just hit it right over her head. No one's going to be there.
Lopez. Set to Brown. Negro. Fist punch. Out of bounds.
Good try there by Negro. Another timeout coming soon, it looks like.
21 total points in the match. 11-10 in favor of the Vipers. Hawks brought it back to 1 during that session and have a pause as two teams switch sides.
This is gonna be one of those matchups that's gonna be marathon more than a sprint. You gotta stay composed. Be prepared to play for a while here as it's close between these two teams.
So we'll go ahead and listen in to head coach Lexi Mendoza.
Okay.
She knows them. That's why she keeps serving there.
Okay.
Like I said, when you're on that other side, be careful because that mom's
I'm
telling
just
her.
gonna put it the opposite of what I want. Okay.
Okay.
No, whatever I tell you, just do the opposite.
Yeah, whatever you say, just do it.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Hey, work smart. Another thing is when you guys are playing free balls to the corners, to 2, try to read where 4 is at 4. So it's easier to go deep or short on 3 because 2 can't get there.
They're pulling to the high line.
So now we got to hit cross. So what I'm saying is you've got to find those spots quickly. And once you see the adjustment, then you've got to make your adjustment. Okay? It's all about playing a smarter game, okay?
all about playing a smarter game. It's always the key to really any sport, how to outwit your opponent more than you outplay them.
Yeah, especially, you hear Mendoza emphasizing the importance of reading Brown on the other side. She said, read number 4, where she is going to be the key to them winning this matchup.
So the serve there from Lopez. Brown will send it over. Lewis, a little weak off the hands. Lewis looking for a save, can't get it.
Yeah, just mishandled it there. Made it a tough touch there for Lopez. And that's a point they'd like to have back.
So Anaya Brown will serve. The Vipers up 2. Pass. Lopez is going to send it over. Lewis will corral it. Lewis goes up with it, pokes it a little too far. Another point for the Vipers.
Yeah, and you knew that one was coming off hot right off her hand, and smart of Verrado to just let that one go.
Bit of a short serve. Brown can't get it to go. Hit a little weak off her hand. Hawks bring it back to a 2-point lead for the Vipers. Lewis, her serve right to Baldonegro, and she will just poke it over. Lopez to Lewis, who pokes it over. Baldonegro to Brown. Baldonegro tried to finesse it, a little too much there. It hits the net and lands on their side.
Yeah, smart idea there from Baldonegro, just not great execution.
Lewis sends it over. Brown, Baldonegro, just going to poke it over. Lewis sends it deep, and unable to field it is Brown. We're knotted at 13 apiece.
Smart play there by Lewis, taking advantage of a light hit just over the net, just punches it right back instead of trying to set it up or do anything crazy.
Taya Lewis serves to Brown, who'll send it over. Lewis, Lopez, Lewis, another poke.
Good dig.
Good save there by the Vipers. Another save by Lopez, and to no avail. So Lewis hits it under the net.
Great defense there from Verrado to dig that one out. Thought that was a point for sure when Lewis went up to jump for that.
Sent over. Lopez. Lewis. Finesse on the kill there. And a point knotted at 14 apiece.
Yeah, right there. That was something we heard them talk about during one of the breaks in the last set. Instead of punching it with that fist, to just kind of swipe it off to the side with her hands. She just did that right there, and it totally threw off the Verrado defense.
So 14 apiece. Hawks have brought this back after falling behind early. Looking to carry that momentum into the rest of this set.
Yeah, I think the response here after this quick little break will tell a lot about how this game is going to finish up here. Worth noting that Buckeye still haven't used a timeout in this set.
Brown gets it just over the net, and a good save there by Lopez. Baldonegro gets it over. Lewis off the inside of her palm goes wayward, and it will be a point for the Vipers, so they'll regain the lead. Brown sends it over. Lopez. And a nice kill there from Taya Lewis.
Yeah, perfectly placed ball.
Lewis sends it over. Brown leaping to get it and sent over by Baldonegro. Lewis sends it over again. Baldonegro to Brown, who will send it over. Lewis to Lopez. Lewis sends it deep, and another point. Hawks have another lead for the first time since 2-1.
Yeah, strong comeback, strong composure. See if Verrado can come back the same way.
Off the front of the net and unable to recover is Brown. 17-5 in favor of the Hawks, and a timeout called by by the Vipers.
Need another timeout here.
We'll go ahead and listen in. Head coach Lexi Mendoza of the Buckeye Hawks.
Si se puede in every time, so. Hey, sorry. Hey, you guys are playing. Hey, come on. You guys are playing way smarter. Hey, your pop-ups, they're not working.
I know.
Okay? You're letting the ball hit you. If you're gonna do that, you've gotta add some power to it.
Enough, and then
And then you're afraid that it's not gonna go too far. So you gotta find the happy medium. And right now is not when to practice
and the
it.
ball's behind me. If I just put my dumbass arms together, I'll get those.
Girl, watch mouth.
My freaking arms together.
Hey, however, listen, we're making good plays. We need to push here. Okay, keep the momentum. You've got to push here. Right on that last one, when you hit high cross, they were both on this side. Okay, which is fine. You got the point. That's okay. But try to read those a little bit earlier so you don't have to potentially play again quickly. Hey, don't let up.
Yeah.
Hey,
Don't let them get in your head.
Hey,
Move on. Let's go.
Hey, you didn't come this far to lose this game.
Yeah.
Let's go. Lock in.
Don't let up. Always a good message. Always got to keep that foot on the gas pedal, whether you're up 2 or whether you're up 20.
Yeah, and it's great that she emphasized that. You got to finish them out now. You don't want to go to a third set. You don't want to play another grueling 15-point matchup against a competitive team like Verrado.
Set up by Lopez. Poked over by Lewis. Ball to Negro. It's going to send it over. Save there by Lopez. And getting it over is Lewis. Great save by this Hawks team. Lopez. Lewis pokes it over. And unable to save it is ball to Negro. Another point for the Hawks.
You saw Lopez right after that point hold up the 3. She knows it. 3 more points, and this set is over. Match is over. Service error there.
So unable to get it on the serve is Lewis. We'll have a 16-8 score in favor of the Hawks. And Baldenegro will serve. Sent over, Lopez. Lewis, another poke with her 2 fingers and gets it to go.
Yeah, again, just outsmarting the opponent. Again, Nia Brown's very talented when it comes to blocking, but Lewis there just puts a little extra height on it, tries to put it somewhere where they can't get it.
Largest lead the Hawks have had this set, and it'll grow to 4.
Yeah.
Match point here, 20-16.
You feel like that just sealed it there. An ace to go up 4 late in the match.
Baldenegro can't get the height on the dig, and that'll do it. The Hawks complete the comeback in the second set and walk away to take this one by a score of 21-16. We'll go ahead and talk to head coach, Lexi Mendoza.
Coach, we heard you say during one of that last time out there, you guys have been playing smarter. What specifically do you think they were playing smarter in?
They were just picking like the team apart. They haven't been doing that very well. They've been kind of playing more mentally their own game, and I'm trying to get them to learn how to pick another team apart to get them kind of against each other in order to build them up.
And Nia Brown, number 4 on the side of Verrado that match. She was very strong, powerful swings, good. She had a block in there. What's kind of the strategy to game plan around a player like her?
A lot of it is to learn how to hit against a blocker. We haven't seen much that this season. I know the upcoming games we will. So we're going to start working on placements for a block. Taya Lewis did a great job of finding the high lines and the crosses when she needed them.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
So that'll do it for the first 2 matches here on Varsity Sports. We got one more coming up for you. It's the number 1s between the Hawks and the Vipers. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back when they're ready to go.
The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe, with an experience so good it remains indescribable, with something for every seafood lover. Try one of their amazing custom seafood boils, sandwiches, appetizers, and salads. Angry Crab Shack Tempe is located east of I-10 on Warner Road, 480-674-3847. The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe. Come ready to eat. In 2019, the JV Sports Show podcast began with the idea of spotlighting young people in our community. In time, that podcast evolved into radio, television, and live stream, and through that evolution, new ideas have enhanced delivery, giving a stage to students both in front of and behind the microphone in Arizona and beyond. Thank you for supporting the Varsity Sports Show, now the Varsity Media Foundation, a 501c3 educational organization. Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
Sports isn't just about highlights. It's about the grind, the passion, and the journey behind every play. I'm Chrissy Harrison, a junior at Texas Southern University, and I don't just watch sports. I bring their stories to life. From rising athletes to seasoned pros, I'm there asking the real questions, capturing the raw moments, and sharing the journey with you, on the field and behind the scenes. I bring excitement to Varsity Sports Show. This is just the beginning. Stay locked in. We're just getting started.
The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe, with an experience so good it remains indescribable, with something for every seafood lover. Try one of their amazing custom seafood boils, sandwiches, appetizers, and salads. Angry Crab Shack Tempe is located east of I-10 on Warner Road, 480-674-3847. The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe. Come ready to eat. In 2019, the JV Sports Show podcast began with the idea of spotlighting young people in our community. In time, that podcast evolved into radio, television, and live stream, and through that evolution, new ideas have enhanced delivery, giving a stage to students both in front of and behind the microphone in Arizona and beyond. Thank you for supporting the Varsity Sports Show, now the Varsity Media Foundation, a 501c3 educational organization. Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
Welcome back to Buckeye. Brady Hanson alongside Dylan Kane. We join you for the final match of this series between the Buckeye Hawks and the Verrado Vipers. And for the Hawks, we will have, or for both teams, I should say, we'll have the number ones matching up against each other. For the Hawks, their number ones consist of sophomore Brooklyn Backus and senior Caitlin Smith. For the Vipers, they're trotting out Malia North and Ellie Bejarano, both sophomores.
Yeah, and this is the matchup you want to see. Our field correspondent Matthew Singer talked to Coach Mendoza before the game, and she said that the players to look out for are Backus and Smith. They're ones. So I have high hopes for this matchup, and I'm excited.
So Backus and Smith ready to go as both North and Bejarano will talk to head coach Mercedes Bowen.
Yeah, and once again, you already see the size from these ones. Tall, and Caitlin Smith, very tall. On the other side, Malia North, very tall. So be prepared to see a few more blocks, a few more big spikes coming in this matchup. And looks like we'll be ready to go shortly.
So it looks like the first serve will go to Malia North.
Just kidding. We're switching sides. Oh, never mind. We're
Just
shaking
shaking
hands.
hands.
My bad. I've been here long enough to know that's not what happens.
So Malia North will be the one to start us off. Finds the ball she likes.
That ball's no good. If it is, let's toss it aside so it doesn't come in. Understood completely.
Here we go. Main event.
North serves. Doug. Now Backus is going to send it over. Very vocal, this Vipers one pair. Punched over. Backus unable to get it. And first points awarded to the Vipers.
Already you could tell the reason why they're the number ones. So much communication.
North. Going to serve. Backus to Smith. Backus spikes it over. Backus gets it. Smith. Backus, another hard hit.
Yeah.
And
tough to deal with there.
unable to keep it in. There is Bejarano. So 1-1 the score. Hawks will serve. It'll be Smith serving first. Gets it over. Smith retrieves it. Backus to Smith. Good finesse on that. Drops it right in front of North.
Yep, good tip there from Smith, starting it off early with that. She saw the defense backed up on Verrado and just knew, just softly place it right in front of them.
North can't get it over. Hits the net on the serve. 2 apiece.
Yep, I anticipate this being back and forth. Don't expect big leads for either side.
Bejarano sends it over. Backus pokes it. North just sends it back over. Smith. Backus set.
Ooh.
Gets it right over the net. And they're going to award the point to the Vipers on a push from Backus.
I was going to say, that was a creative move. Fake the set, just put it right over the net, but a little bit too much on the palms there. Ref calls that one.
Good serve there from North. Backus to Smith. Smith goes short with it. Taken there by Bejarano. Bejarano goes short. Smith with the dig. In front and able to get the point as Bejarano can't return.
Great dig there from Smith. Also scores a point there.
Backus sends it over. Smith to Backus. Smith. Good 2-knuckle poke. And unable to get it over is a falling Malia North. We'll switch sides. 4-3 lead for the Hawks in this one. So the Hawks take the early lead. Only 1 point, though, as it's been pretty competitive between these two teams so far.
Yeah, I believe the biggest lead for both teams has been won. Got a few ties, a few lead changes. More of the same coming soon.
Backus with the serve. Immediately sent back over. Smith to Backus.
Should get a
Back
pretty
to
good
Smith.
set here.
Good spike right into the arms of North. North just going to have to flip it over. Smith, the set. Spike there by Backus. Hits the top of the net and drops in.
Complete control there for Buckeye there. You felt like Verrado was just trying to survive that whole set. Or that whole point.
Backus serve hits the top of the net and drops in. Another point. And it's a 3-point lead for the Hawks.
You wonder if that's an accident or if that just happens to be how she wanted to aim it to hit the net right there, because that's 2 in a row now for her.
Sent over, and a great hit there from Ellie Bejarano.
Yeah, that's what Buckeye tried to do earlier, a little fake set, just put it softly over the net.
Leah North with the serve. Smith dives after it, can't get it off the miss hit there from Backus.
Back and forth once again.
North will serve. Backus keeps it in, sent back by Smith. Verrado, spike, and point.
Yeah, you wonder, that serve might have gone out of bounds if Backus had not hit that and kind of put them on the back foot for that whole point there.
Smith to Backus, who sends it over. Drops in on the line.
Yeah, tough angle there for Verrado to deal with. Is Backus kind of hits it backwards into that corner. Probably a risky shot to keep in, but she does it, and it's impossible to defend.
So Backus will serve. Right to North. North just going to have to dump it over. Backus to Smith. Backus goes up.
Smart. It's going to be a battle. Every point matters.
Okay.
Sometimes when they call what they're hitting, they're going to hit opposite. Sometimes, not always. So you've got to read it. Yeah, you've got to read it and be smart. Let's go.
So good job by Coach Mendoza to point that out and alert her players.
Yeah, a lot of mind games here in beach volleyball. Since players are so close together, you got to decipher whether or not their call-outs are real or just to throw the other team off.
North sends it over. Smith up to Backus. Smith spikes it. Good dig there by Bejarano. She'll send it back over. Smith. Backus. Smith with another spike.
Wow.
And with authority buries that one.
Yeah, very powerful spike there. Right at the feet of Bejarano, and nothing you could do about that one.
Smith serve. Bejarano goes a little long with it, hits the net. Good save there by Backus. Another good save by Smith, goes a little long. And the point will be awarded to the Vipers. Bejarano. Saved there by Smith. Working onto the other court. And it will go out of bounds.
Once again, we're going to see another lead change here. Buckeye was just up 3 not too long ago, and just like that, Verrado storms back and now takes a 9-8 lead.
Miscommunication there. Ball will land short of the net. It'll be a 2-point lead for the Vipers, their largest this set. Serve, Smith to Backus. Working back.
Good chase, good play.
Backus gets it just out of bounds. 8-11 now the score.
Yeah, biggest lead for Verrado here. Both teams' biggest lead has been 3.
Serve out of bounds from Bejarano. And it will be a point for the Hawks. 11-9 the score. Backus. Great serve, great dig from North. Smith pokes it with her knuckles. North. Bejarano pokes it up. Smith. And sent, and another kill from Backus.
Yeah, and you kind of mentioned it right there early in the set. That point started with the serve. That serve was so good, had the Verrado players sprawling, and they just couldn't catch up the rest of that point.
So we'll switch sides here. 11-10 the score in favor of the Vipers. And this has been a good one so far in this final matchup here in Buckeye.
We've seen both times they've gone up 3 for each team. The other team just storms back right away and makes it a close game.
So we'll go ahead and listen in to head coach Mendoza.
All right.
Oh, hey, whatever, you're fine.
Am I red? I'm definitely red.
You're definitely red. I don't even know, there's like not much to say. We're playing well.
They are playing well indeed. Keeping this within a 1-point game at the break here.
Yeah, and you say it's safe to assume that Mendoza doesn't have to necessarily coach up. I don't know if that's the right way of wording it, but her number one, she could trust them to know what they're doing wrong, what they need to do better. And I think that's probably part of the reason why she has nothing much to say there to her team. They've been playing well. Not only in this set, but in this whole series against Verrado. Obviously, we saw 2 match wins for their 5s and then their 3s earlier in the day. Trying to close it out with a clean sweep here on the main court with the 1s.
It's been a warm day out here in Buckeye. It's been warm all across the valley this week, but I should expect it to go down soon, hopefully, as the forecast says. At least we'll go back down to the 80s. It's currently 89 right now.
Yeah.
Beginning to feel like summer again.
You got the sun setting a bit. Get a little scenic backdrop here. Got a lively park here. Got some basketball going on behind us. Got a nice little body of water where people are fishing, and then right next to us on this volleyball field, looks like we got some youth football going on the baseball field. So that's cool to see here. Big epicenter for sports right now.
Yeah, when you're driving over to this place, they got signs for it all the way out on the main road telling you where this place is. So this is the sports hub of Buckeye.
Yep. Nice spot.
So serving will be, and scoring there is Backus. Sorry, I froze. I couldn't find her name on my sheet for a second there. Great serve and ace by Backus.
Tie game once again. See if we get another lead change here.
Another great serve from Backus to Smith. To Backus. Goes up with it. Taken in by North. North now. Send it over. Just short out of a diving reach by Smith.
That looked effortless there from North. Just a little slap of the ball. Expect it to go a lot farther than it does, but it just kind of dies here on that left side, and point Verrado.
North sends it over. Backus to Smith. Backus goes up with it, sends it over. Good save there by Bejarano. Bejarano sends one over, hits the line. Gets it to go, and 2-point lead now, 13-11.
No debate about that one. Unlike baseball, the line actually actually makes movement when the ball hits it.
Smith with the spike off the hand of North. And a point for the Hawks.
Yeah, you wonder if that one would have been out if North didn't get a hand on it. Perhaps a bit of a mistake there, but they still have a 1-point lead.
Smith sends it over, and miscommunication. And a bad hit by North. Hawks will regain another point, 13 apiece.
Just safe to assume that this game is going to have plenty of ties.
And an ace there from Smith. What a serve from Caitlin Smith.
Once again, a lead change. See if this time some momentum can be coming out of that.
Bejarano sends it over. Smith is going to send it back over. It finds a weak spot and regains the lead for the Hawks.
Yep, Smith's in a groove right now. The last 3 points off the hands of her. So we head into this side switch. You hope that that side switch doesn't kill her momentum. But a good balance of power and finesse there for Smith. Nets the Hawks their second biggest of the lead of the game with 2 as we approach the late half of this set. 15-13, first at 21 takes the first set.
So a 2-point lead for the Hawks. One of the larger leads they've had in this set. A competitive first set means a lot for both teams really going in to the rest of this match.
Yeah, and Buckeye, you know, they have a 3-2 record on the season, winning record. They've obviously done well so far in this matchup, but the ones, as good as they are, they've struggled a bit this season. Obviously, they're going up against their opponent's best players each game. That's not easy, but they definitely want to get into the win column. You know, it's tough being a 1, and this is their opportunity to kind of swing the momentum overall on their season. Obviously, it's safe to assume that as long as one of the victories on the other field that we're not viewing went the way of Buckeye, that this should be a match win in total for Buckeye. But still important for these ones to kind of get the flowers that they deserve for as good of players they are.
Yeah, and I like that you bring that up because not only are you your team's best hope, but you're also going up against your opponent's best hope as well. So it's always difficult riding that balance.
Yeah.
So Smith will serve. Gets it up and over and drops it in on the back line.
Yeah, you saw right off, you know, her hand there, you saw the Verrado players kind of give up. And, you know, after watching so many serves today, I knew that one was in. That one, on the other hand, came in hot, a little far.
Little hard on that serve. Will go the Vipers' way. 16-14 in favor of the Hawks.
Yep, evens itself out. Ace followed by a service error.
Backus to Smith. Hard spike off the net. Won't go.
Yeah. And that's just impossible to deal with. Not only a hard spike, but also it clips the net there, just almost like a knuckleball. Can't predict what the ball's going to do.
Backus can't get her serve over the net. Will give the Vipers a point, bringing them back within 2.
Yeah, and I'd like to think that Buckeye could cut down on some of these mistakes. They'd have a bigger lead than they have now. Let's see if it makes a difference here in this one.
Sent over. Miscommunication. Both calling for it at the same time.
Yep.
1 point lead now for the Hawks.
Taking advantage of those mistakes.
Sent over. Backus.
Another ace.
Another ace on
Once
a great
again,
serve
we're
from
tied.
North. So North gets it to hit the back line. Smith unable to poke it over. And the Verrado regains the lead.
Yeah,
18-17 with another switch.
I think that's 4 in a row now for Verrado. Just totally taking advantage of some miscues by Buckeye. And I think we're going to have to go into a listen-in here with Coach to see how they approach the end of this set. Oh, never mind. She told them everything she needed to tell them very quickly, and we're about to get back into this.
It looks like both teams are ready to go. Keep it quick and get on with it. North on serve. Again, miscommunication.
Miscommunication.
Verrado to North. A great kill there from North. Gives them a 2-point lead.
Make that 5 in a row now for Verrado. The block attempt there by Smith was no good, and they desperately need a timeout.
First timeout we've seen from the Hawks today. Let's get a listen in.
We're doing good. Settle down. The block would have been okay. I think you read it wrong. Like your hand wasn't there.
I went more in and out.
I think we started to get a little comfortable, so let's just go back to moving early, beating the ball every single time.
Do you need pre-wrap?
We were doing that. Yeah, maybe nice set though.
Okay.
We were passing just fine.
Grab
We were
pre-wrap
taking
so we have
balls
it.
away. Now we've kind of switched. Now they're doing that to us, so we got to get back on the same page.
To get to before they get to.
Yep.
Yeah.
Start finding the holes on the court.
Okay.
And just move early. That's it.
Got it.
Thank you.
I'll let you get to.
Some nice words there from head coach Mendoza.
Yeah, I think composure was the biggest thing in that little huddle. You know, telling them to settle down. They had a big lead. They might have got a little bit too comfortable, and then maybe a little bit of panic kicked in as Verrado started to come back. Now they kind of got to reverse that and put the pressure on Verrado here as they're 2 points away from taking the first set.
North will be on the service. Backus a little long and unable to get it off the net is Smith. Now 1 point away are the Vipers from their first set win on court number 2.
Yeah, probably the set that they desperately need.
North with the serve. Backus unable to handle it, and set 1 goes to Verrado. We'll have head coach Lexi Mendoza join us for a quick chat. Coach, the first set you guys have lost here on this court, what kind of went wrong for you guys there?
I think we got a little too comfortable there for a minute, kind of let them come back. So I would just say they got too comfortable and weren't hitting spots.
It was a very competitive matchup between the two number 1 teams. What kind of went into that for you guys? Is you guys kept it close for most of it and then kind of just lost it there at the end?
Not necessarily sure like what happened. I do know that they are very good competitors. We both have very great people on both halves of the court, so I think it's just going to be whoever shows up today is going to take it.
So what kind of adjustments are you guys planning to make for these next 2 sets?
Hoping to hit our spots. I've noticed that they're hanging kind of a bit back more, so I need our girls to hit a little bit in the 10-foot and closer.
Thank you, Coach, and good luck with the rest of the game.
Thank you.
So Verrado will take their first set of our stream here on court 2. Obviously, we don't know what happened over on court 1. From what we've heard, we assume that Buckeye has at least won 3 of their matches.
Yeah, and this is, I think, towards the end of that set, Buckeye did kind of crumble a bit, made a lot of mistakes. I think, obviously it wasn't the outcome they wanted, but it's definitely just a set that they just got to wipe from their memory, get past it. They still got potentially 2 more sets left in their matchup. Can't let that result get in their heads. Just kind of got to flush it.
So we're getting ready to go. Set number 2 here on court number 2 in game 3, covered here on Varsity Sports Show between the 2 number 1 pairs between Buckeye and Verrado. Ref's going over some things real quick. Whistle's blown and we're ready to go. Smith with her serve goes up. Bejarano able to find the hole in the Hawks defense. 1-0 early for the Vipers.
Yeah, I think that was going to be in even if Smith didn't dive for that, so a smart play, but obviously going to be a miracle if she was able to get that to backer.
Smith, Backus hits it up, north. Bejarano sends it over. Backus to Smith, back to Backus, behind her head, just flicks it over. North sends it over. Smith to Backus. Smith goes up with it. Spike hits the top of the net and just falls over. Nothing you can do about that.
That thing defied physics. It hit the front side of the net first, bent over, and somehow got some height to get across.
Backus hits the net on her serve. Will give the Vipers a point. So now it'll be Bejarano on the serve.
I'd like to think that if Buckeye can limit their errors, they can pull away with this victory.
And a great hit over by Backus to get the point. Knotted up at 2 apiece.
Yeah, just need more of that, more simple plays like that of just trying to get the ball over anywhere you can, put the pressure on the other team to make a play.
Smith, their serve. Tracking far was North, and they're able to get it over. Backus to Smith. Gets it across, and unable to do anything as the ball comes right to us at the desk. 3-2 for the Hawks.
That was a good set there by Backus. Got it nice and high in the air to give Smith some time to get to that one.
Smith, nice hard serve. Dug up by North. Smith sets up Backus. And a nice solid touch. Just goes a little too far out of bounds.
Yeah.
3 apiece.
Almost clipped the line there. That would have been a great play there by Backus. She's been doing similar plays all game long, but unfortunately just a little bit too far outside.
North with the serve. Miscommunication as it hits the line. Be 4-3 for the Vipers as we switch sides.
Tough break there.
So the Hawks been playing well today. Down 1 in set number 2.
Yeah, and I believe last set it was a 4-3 advantage in favor of Buckeye. So we'll switch up here, and Verrado seems to be carrying the momentum pretty well from their first set win for these number 1s. All smiles. So it looks like they'll be serving first as we go into the side switch.
So it'll be Malia North serving for the Vipers. North serve. Sent up. Backus sends it over. North punches it. Smith. Backus. Smith. Hard spike. Gets it to fall.
Yeah, I think if you're Buckeye, that's what you want more of right there, is getting Smith in position to make plays like that. Obviously, Verrado's been doing their best job at putting them in position not to be able to do that, but definitely the game plan for Buckeye should be to activate Smith.
North off of Backus, and they get the point.
Strong matchup here between North and Smith. Both powerful hitters, good height.
Bejarano to Backus. Smith. Backus gets it deep and in there for the point.
Yeah, right in between the defenders. Too far out of reach for both of them. All Verrado could do is pray that that went out, but perfectly placed on the back line.
Smith serve. Hits the back line and a beautiful ace.
They get a lead change here. Buckeye retakes the lead for the first time. We're replaying that actually. Not sure why, but gonna get a ball replay here.
And this serve will be fielded. Backus sends it. Bejarano. North. Smith. Backus to Smith. Hard spike right into the net. 6-5 Vipers.
Tough break there for the Hawks. Is for whatever reason that ace there from Smith was called back. Now they find themselves down one instead of up one.
North. Gonna send it over. Smith sends it up and over. Bejarano with the spike. Gathered by Smith. Smith goes up. Finesses it for the point.
Yep, good tip there by Smith. She's been pounding it all game long, so Verrado, rightly so, backs up to prepare for that, but she just reads it and puts down a little tip right in front of the net.
Backus on the serve. North. Bejarano. Back to North. Diving Backus gets the dig. Sent back. Backus again. Smith. Backus gets it over. North now to Bejarano. North goes up with it. Another dig by Backus. Smith. Backus. Saved by Bejarano. North unable to corral it. And regaining the lead are the Hawks.
Yeah, great job there by Backus and Smith to keep the ball moving. Definitely put in some tough positions there. They stuck with it, and after a long rally, they come through with the point.
Backus to North. Bejarano's going to send it over. Backus sends it back. North. Bejarano to Smith. Backus back to Smith. Spike right into the net again. 7 apiece. We will switch sides. Let's go ahead and take a listen in.
Do you like their Spanish for you, that they've been cheering for you in Spanish?
That's what you guys are doing.
Yeah, they're strange. Strange humans. Hey, keep playing smart. I've noticed that when they call cross on you, either that middle's completely open or is 3 or 1, or 3 or 9.
3 is deep corner.
3 is deep corner, so you can either hit short
three
or
will
6 is far
3
back.
will always come up for cross.
Or
okay?
9.
And 9 will always stay line. So if you hit that back corner, we got a yellow card left.
Oh!
A little warning there for taking too long on the switch.
Sent over. Smith to Backus. Smith with the spike, and Bejarano unable to field it. 8-7. Hawks regain the lead.
She hit that ball so hard it got sent back to where the parents are sitting by the parking lot.
Smith serves it to North of Bejarano. North unable to get it as Backus. And a good hit by Bejarano, whether it was intentional or not, gets the point.
Okay, we're in the middle of another grueler here, 8-8.
Back and forth battle this whole set between these two teams. Backus to Smith. Sets it up. And Backus got a bit of a bad read on that. Didn't come in quick enough. It'll be 9-8 Vipers.
I don't think she was fully committed to what she wanted to do. She kind of jumped up Just try to, almost like a layup in basketball, just palm up. Couldn't get it over the net.
North off the front of the net. Diving dig by Backus, and she'll get it over. What a play. North long with the spike there. 9 apiece.
I think that played in right to what Verrado wanted to do to set up North for that big spike. Caught a break there for Buckeye that she missed.
Backus serve to North. Bejarano. North long again with the spike. It'll be 10-9 in favor of the Hawks.
We saw it last set with Buckeye kind of making some mistakes to let up a lead. Now back-to-back mistakes from North that allows Buckeye to take the lead again.
Bejarano will send it over. Nice finesse touch and a diving. Caitlin Smith can't get to it. We're back even at 10.
Yeah, beautiful stuff there from Bejarano. Put it right where no one could get it.
Bejarano serve, hits the front of the net. 11-10, side switch. And timeout for the two teams. So we'll have a discussion here. Let's listen in.
Try not to stay over here too long, especially because I just got yellow carded. So on switches, quick. If you don't have anything to think, just take it and get your water and go. I don't want to get another yellow card. Another yellow card means red, and then I can't coach for a week. So let's not do that. Yeah, it's actually 2 weeks. But even if you stay back here too long, I'll get in trouble. So make sure the transitions are quicker.
Is it TCO and switch?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
We're just staying over here.
All right, let's start walking.
So discussing the yellow card systems, they were assessed one on that last switch.
That's kind of aggressive. 2 weeks without coaching if you get a red card, that's insane. Just because you're a little bit too late.
I mean, I guess be on it.
That's crazy. I got like secondhand anxiety. Like, oh my gosh, you guys gotta start playing. Don't be too late.
So we will have a serve for the Hawks. Will be Caitlin Smith. Smith serve. Met by Bejarano. Bejarano. Smith gets the dig. Backus to Smith. The spike. Hit over by Bejarano. The return.
Wow.
What a job by the Vipers. Bejarano to North. Bejarano punches it up. Backus sends it back over. Bejarano sends it over. And it falls.
Wow. There's so much that just happened there. I don't even know what to say. That was probably the best rally we've seen today, the best effort we've seen today. And the ball falls away for Verrado.
North on the serve. Good dig by Smith. Her spike met by the arms of North. North. Smith. Backus. Smith with the spike. Again met by North. And the return will go out off the arms of Ellie Bejarano.
Good job of Smith there, taking advantage of some things Mendoza told her during one of the breaks. When they call out cross, the middle's usually open. And she did that right there. Made a tough play for Verrado that ultimately went out of bounds.
So miscommunication there results in another point for the Hawks. Make it 13-11 in their favor.
Great to see a third set here in our main event.
Backus sends it over. Bejarano to Smith. Backus. Smith finesses it. Just gets it over, and a good save by North. North sets it. Bejarano spikes it off the top of the net and falls for the point. Brings the deficit back to 1.
Verrado just not breaking here. not letting up a big lead, keeping it close. You saw that was paid off for them in the last set.
Sent over by Smith. Bejarano will send it back over. Diving save by Backus. Sends it back to Smith, a little long. And it won't go. Knotted at 13 apiece.
Smart play from Bejarano there, and good effort by Backus. I'm sure after she fell on the ground for the first one, she wasn't expecting to get right back up and see the ball right back in her face again.
Bejarano sends the serve into the net. And we'll have another serve for the Hawks. And it'll be Caitlin Smith taking it. Smith sends it over. Bejarano to North. North. Backus unable to handle it. Miscommunication, it looked like, between the two players. Knotted back up at 14, where we will switch sides once more.
It's the second time in this matchup between the ones that it's tied 14-14 going into a switch. We saw last time that Buckeye kind of pulled away at first, but then kind of choked it away to Verrado. We'll see what happens this time, if any lessons were learned. Both teams working hard here.
So it will be Malia North on the serve. Smith gets it. Backus to Smith. Just pokes it. Miscommunication. 1 point lead now for the Hawks.
Yeah, way to read that there by Smith. She could have gone for a powerful spike like she normally does, but instead she sees North playing back, so she just tips it right in front of her.
Brooklyn Backus unable to get the serve over the net. We're knotted back up at 15. It'll be Ellie Bejarano on the serve. Backus off the hands awkwardly. It'll be a point for the Vipers.
So at this point last set that Verrado began to pull away. We'll see if they could do it again here.
Smith. Backus with the save. Smith just has to get it over. Skyballs it. And Bejarano will field it. Bejarano gets it over.
Wow.
And it'll land on the line. What a shot there.
That's a tough split second decision that Smith had to make there. Certainly probably lost position of where she was on the field and fortunately went out. As once again,
Smith unable to keep it in with that hit there. It'll be 18-15 in favor of the Vipers. Their largest lead in this one.
and
Point goes way of the Hawks. It went out of bounds. And it looks like Smith will be the one to serve.
Half of us knew what was going on. I thought you asked her to get her out. No, I went out. I just didn't know who served.
Smith serve right to North. Bejarano to North. Finesses it. Backus is going to send it immediately back to them. North's going to send it back. Bejarano. North. Bejarano. Backus. Smith's going to send it over. Miscommunication and another point. Hawks bring it back within one.
that was a must-have point there for Buckeye. As we'll switch sides again, but man, close rally, could have gone either way, but if Verrado takes that point there, they go up 19-16, 2 points away from winning the match. Instead, we got a 1 point match, and it's anyone's game, but that was certainly one of the climactic points of this set.
Once again, we find ourselves in an 18-17 side switch between these two #1 pairings. Smith with the serve. Nice hard serve. Bejarano unable to handle it cleanly, 18 apiece.
Almost fell over reaching for the ball there. 18-18. Here we go.
North unable to handle it cleanly. 19-18, 1 point advantage
Kind of
for the Hawks.
Same story, but in the opposite direction here.
Smith. Bejarano, North. Back to Bejarano. She'll send it over. Smith corrals it. Goes over the net. Bejarano there to gather it. North with a nice save. Into the corner it goes. Verrado with another nice save. North unable to get there. And it'll be 20-18 in favor of the Hawks.
Verrado almost dodged a bullet there. I think that ball was going out that Verrado saved there at the end. And they have to call a timeout. But like I was saying earlier, this is kind of like the story of last set, but the other way. Verrado had the lead late in this one and are kind of choking it away to Buckeye the same way Buckeye did last set. So
Timeout. Let's tune in to head coach Lexi Mendoza.
Okay. Oh, look right. Look what I be.
Psychopath.
You guys are such weirdos, bro.
Are we on game 2?
Huh?
Are we on game 2?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Brother! I need a good bath.
Oh, I love school practice.
Womp womp. Well, you're gonna tell your middle that you're still in her spot, remember?
Come for yourself, baby.
Hey, right here.
Right. Yeah.
Finish.
Right, go, baby.
Finish.
Go, babe. Hey, they're gonna.
Finish. Good message there. Only need one more point. They're going to do their best to attack hard, get this last point, force a game 3 in this, or set 3, I should say, in this final match. Lewis on the serve. Gets it over. North hits it right back over. And miscommunication. Looked like that ball was going over the net. Ended up landing right on top of it and falling on the Hawks side. 19-20. Hawks lead. Here's North with the save.
Probably the biggest
serve, I
point
should
of
say.
the game here.
Backus to Smith. Backus sends it over. North. Bejarano. North. Hard spike. Unable to get the dig as Backus. We're knotted at 20 apiece.
Yep, win by 2 here. And, man, what a position for North to be in right there. I saw how close that ball was to the net that was going to be an easy spike for her.
North. Her first serve.
It's
Good. Smith just has to sky it over. North does the same. Lands out of bounds. Or they say it
No,
will
that was
land. In. And it will be a point.
Wow.
In favor of Verrado.
Match point here for Verrado.
Malia North with the serve. Gets it over. Backus. Up to Smith. Backus goes up with it. Hits the net, and that'll do it. The ones matchup will be taken by the Vipers. And they win 2-0.
Yeah, great fight there from both teams. Certainly nothing to feel bad about, because we're going to get one last interview here with Coach Mendoza. Tough one, obviously back and forth in that last matchup. What would you say, was kind of the deciding factor there in such a close matchup?
I think that a lot of it was we were tired, losing gap, giving up a little bit too much, and then having to build up. Took away from our fast game, so it's constant trying to build back.
Obviously, you'd like a different result there, but what out of the ones did you see there that you think you could build off of going forward?
They are a very new pair, so I do see a lot of growth based on their first game. Their first game was rough, Their first game together was rough. It was really bad. They couldn't find a system. They finally found that system, and now we just got to work on the control.
Overall, you guys did pretty well today. I guess, what's the message to the team after a night like tonight?
We clinched it early, so that was good. So we did go off with a win, so we'll take that. The two teams that did lose, we've got a lot of work to do so that we can make that more of an even match where it's 4-1 or a 5-0.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Well, that'll do it for us here at Buckeye. For Dylan Kane and the rest of our crew behind the scenes, I'm Brady Hanson saying thank you and good night here from Buckeye.